Hi, my name is Nick Smith, and I chose War Room for this movie assignment. I chose War Room because it's a movie about the power of prayer and how it changes lives and how powerful it is. Now, obviously, this is a Christian movie, and it's labeled as such. So, if your person is decidedly against Christianity and they want nothing to do with it, then you're probably not going to be able to get them to see this movie. But if they're like that, you're probably not going to be able to witness to them that well anyway. So, if your person's open to Christianity and just really doesn't have an opinion on it, this is a great movie to show them. I love this movie because it showcases the power of prayer and how it changes our lives as Christians. For example, we see one of the main characters, Tony, almost go through with an affair, but his wife, Liz, she prays, and all of a sudden Tony gets sick and the affair is stopped. That's just one instance of how prayer works in this movie. I think that if you take a person to see this movie, you can open up a dialogue with them on what they think about prayer and if they believe in prayer and the power of prayer and stuff like that. If they do believe in prayer, you could ask them if they believe that it can change things. Like, sometimes people just say prayers and send good thoughts and wishes or whatever, and they really don't think about what that means. So you can ask them if they believe that it can really change things, or why they think it can change things, on, like, if they believe God does it, or I don't know. You can ask them what they believe on that. But most importantly, I think that if you bring up the subject of prayer and why it works, you can bring up the subject of Christianity and why we believe that prayer even has a chance of working. Because without Christ tearing the veil between us and God by dying on the cross, prayer has no chance of working. You can bring up the subject of Christ and how he restored the relationship between us and God by dying on the cross because we were sinners. And that's the only reason God listens to us and has a chance, or that we have a chance of our prayers to be heard. Without Christ, and without him dying on the cross for our sins, prayer doesn't work. And that's a reality that we learn from the Bible. Without having that restored relationship, God has no reason to listen to our prayers. Even in the Old Testament, they had to have sacrifice and a blood offering and all the religious, like, ceremonies or whatever in order for prayer to work. So without Jesus and bringing him up and bringing in the story of salvation and being able to witness to the person you took to see this movie, you don't have prayer as we have it today. So you can bring that up and tell them the story of Christ and the cross and how we're sinners and how we need his grace just by taking them to see this movie and talking about prayer. And that's my opinion on it. Thank you.